Assalamu alaikum, guys. Welcome to a new video. I hope you hear me well. It's a bit windy out here, and this video I'm going to talk to you about my process of moving from working to from working in a company for other people to actually building my own thing, building my own business, my own coaching business, and how it all started, and how was the moment when I made that transition, that shift. Okay, because I think this is an important subject to talk about because a lot of people might be or are in a position where they're thinking about making the shift and moving from their job to working, working for themselves or building a business based on their skill. Now, at that time, I used to work. At that time, when I was when I kind of had enough, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna start doing my own thing. I was working for another company. I was working for a security company. Actually, I used to sell alarms, and I used to sell alarms because back in the day, I used to be a trader. Like some years ago, I used to trade, and after a while, after a few years trading, actually, and then when I became actually successful at trading, when I started to become profitable at trading, and I got funded by two companies, I discovered that actually trading was not in alignment with my values. It was haram. You know, I'm a Muslim man, and there are some things that are haram, and you just cannot do them. This means you can't do them. And one of them is I discovered was trading, right? Because in trading there is no exchange of value. In trading there is I make money because you lose money. If somebody on this side makes money, it's because somebody on the other side of the world has lost money. There's actually no exchange of value. You know, I'm talking about trading online. So after I discovered that, I said, you know what, that's it. I'm not gonna do this anymore. And I was working for this freaking alarm company because I had to make a certain income in order to keep pushing my trading career. When you start trading, you're not gonna make money right away. The people that make money right away is the people that lose it and lose it after, because they that first win that they make, they think, oh, I'm good at this, but then the market comes in and shocks them. So, anyways, to develop yourself as a trader, you need some time. So I was working for this company. I was a salesperson. I used to go knock on door to door and sell alarms. I used to work part time for these people. I made a deal with them, and I used to work part time, and and that was the deal. I worked part time with them, and then the rest of the day, I was trading. Actually, I used to trade in the morning. I used to trade the London session, trade in the morning until like 12, 1 o'clock. Then after that, I just go out and start working for these people. But I reached a moment where this job, I was getting tired of working for these people. First of all, because this has nothing to do with my passion and with what I like to do in my life. And when you do something you don't like, it gets frustrated. It gets frustrating. But on top of that, the system how these people built their sales process ensures that the company makes money always, not the salesperson. Because you could go to some people and knock on the door and convince them, look, this is a beautiful alarm system here, and this and that. Sometimes people want time to think about it. So if you go to these people houses and they don't buy right away, that's it. You lost that sale. You lost those people. Even though you convinced them and you made the job, and you lost time there demonstrating how this system works, and you convince them actually. But just people sometimes take time to make a decision. If you don't close the deal right away, somebody else from the company will call and will offer them a cheaper price. Or next day, somebody from the company will come and offer them a cheaper price, something like that. So you, as a salesperson, you're promoting, you're making the sales job, and then you're not guaranteed the sales. because this is how they design it. You know what I mean? They just want people working for them, making the minimum, fighting between each other to get clients. But at the end of the day, the company makes the maximum win. And the company can offer a cheaper price because they don't have to pay you commission. So and that was the deal. So I said, you know what? Fuck this. Excuse me, having my orange juice here, and the moment I made that transition, the moment I made actually the decision, was was a moment where I couldn't take it anymore. The managers were stupid. You work for a company, you encounter people from all sorts of with all sorts of awareness levels, and sometimes the managers that you have, they're not great managers, just dumb people that've been there for a while. I've been managing myself a company with over 30 salespeople, and like a team of more than 30 people working for me. I used to manage a marketing company here before I started trading. Actually, it was a company that we used to sell trading accounts to people. This is how I discovered trading a long time ago. So I was not like the typical novice guy that came into a job and he doesn't know what's up. Like, bro, I've been in management for companies. I was a manager of a company myself, and I saw I saw through how they took advantage of people. And on one day, I remember I was in my car. I was coming out to work, and I just couldn't drive anymore. I just stopped. I stopped the car, and I couldn't drive. I couldn't do the job. I couldn't. Something in me literally stopped me. I was thinking like, what the fuck, bro? I'm going, spending the whole day door to door trying to sell somebody else's product, which cost at that time, if I'm not mistaken, between 600 to 800 euros. That's what the client would pay per year, and then of course he pays by month, so it's like around, I don't know, something like 60 or something like that. A person pays per month, and then at the end of the year it's like 800. From that you take your commission. They give you a base salary of 800 euros, or I don't know, 900, something like that. Stupid. And I'm like, what the hell, bro? I'm selling a product that costs 800 euros or 500 or 600, whatever it is. Why don't I sell my product? I have a product that could be worth more than this. I'm an experienced martial artist. I've been fighting in the past, K1, kickboxing, Muay Thai. I've been doing martial arts for years, boxing. I'm very good at it. I'm extremely good at it. And I'm like, bro, why don't you why I can offer my own service to the people, and the same job I'm doing for these guys that's not even guaranteed a result, I can do the same job for myself. What's stopping me from just fucking starting? I'm sorry, I'm sweating a little bit because I'm a bit angry when I remember this. I'm like, why? I can just sell my own thing. I can sell my service. It's a valuable service. I can sell my own thing. I will do the same thing. What am I afraid of? And that was my mental process. That was my transition process from working for somebody to starting my own business. I just started. I just couldn't drive the car anymore, and I said, you know what, fuck this. I took my bag. I went back home. Took my bag. I went to the gym. Started training. You know what? And I started talking with people. Same thing I did for these people, I did for myself. I said, you know what? I'm just gonna start talking with people. And I just, went to the gym, worked out, hit the bag a little bit, went to sauna, started talking with people. Hey, I'm this, I'm that, and I started to tell people, yeah, I'm a coach. I teach, I teach fighting. You want to learn? Yeah, let me know. Hit me up. And I started just randomly talking with people, and then I saw one day, I think the next day, went back to the gym and I saw two people training. I saw two people training kickboxing. They were just drilling, you know, making kickboxing drills, and one of them I knew because I saw him in a picture on IG with a friend of mine. So I was there and I said, "Hi, how are you? What's up? What are you doing?" Said kickboxing drills, and I had my kickboxing gear with me. I said, "Hi, do you mind? Do you want to do something together?" Because I was also warming up in the gym, same spot. I said, "Hey, you want to do something together? Let's play around." I just introduced myself, said, and just, So we started working out, and after a while, these guys saw that I had a good level, had a very good level, and they were like started asking me questions, like, "Ah, what do you do here? What do you do here?" And suddenly I started actually instead of training with them, I started coaching them. I started just coaching these guys. It ended up being a coaching session, and I told them, you know what? Yeah, I do this. I'm a coach. I teach people how to do this properly. I've been fighting. I've been doing this for years, and they said, yeah, they liked it. And that guy, the one that knew my friend, he told me, yeah, how much is it? Let me talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you. Give me your number. I'm gonna talk to you. Let's sort it out. I think I sold him 10 sessions package for 500 euros or 400 euros, something like that. 500 maybe, 400. I think it was 400. So yeah, bro, come. You train, I don't know, 10 sessions per month, 400 euros, twice a week or something like that. Okay, that's how I got my first client. Literally in 2 days after I made that decision, I got my first client. Just after that, his friend, a guy was with him. He asked him, he told him, how is the training going? He told me, yeah, it's great. Most great coach. I'm learning so much. Wow. And this guy himself, he was doing Muay Thai kickboxing for years, But of course, there's levels to this. And he told me, yeah, it's great experience. You should do the same. And the other guy came and he paid the same price. And suddenly I started in 2 days. I started making the basic salary that I made with that company. And I was literally working for myself, and I had the whole time for myself. Had the whole time for myself, and I was trading, and I was just coaching people. And slowly started talking with people, just introducing myself. Hey, yeah, I do this. I'm an expert in this. I do this. I do that. If you need help, let me know. You know, and that's how it started. That's literally how I started coaching people. It was a move. It was just, I don't know, call it stupid move, brave move. I did what I had to do. But at that time, I had a little bit. I had a little bit of awareness. I've been studying the mind for a while. I've been studying personal development for a while, and I knew that if I put an idea in my head, that's what the law of cause and effect dictates. That whatever happens in your outside is caused by what happens, but by what happens in your inside. So if you have an idea and you are emotionally involved with that idea, you really want that idea, and you just start acting towards that idea, moving towards that idea, like if it was sure it's gonna happen. When you keep the idea in your head and you don't get swayed by the circumstances, by the 3D world, by the projection, as I talk about in other videos, it has to manifest, it has to materialize. So I said, you know what? Do I believe this shit I've been studying or no? So why am I afraid to take the risk? Whatever. Let's do it. And I did that. And I had all sorts of commitments. Of course, I had to I had my expenses. I had my family to take care of, and it was a risk, yes. But I had a little bit of awareness at that time, and I just went for it. You know, and then let fear stop me. I don't recommend anybody to actually drop their job and just go start their business when you don't have money, because I didn't have money at all. I recommend that you stay in your job, work half time or part time, and start developing your business on the side. If you want to start developing your business as a coach, so just start promoting yourself as a coach through people, through like speaking to people one to one. This is your best promotion tool. It's not the social media, it's not the advertise, it's not the ads, it's not the paper magazines, bro. It's you. If you can't close people one to one when you're talking with people, how are you gonna close people online, bro? It should be easier for you to talk to people, convince people when they're with you one to one. Like there is no, I mean, when people say to me one to one for a coaching call or for anything, I mean the impact is just 10 times greater than if it's online. Even though online is still great, but when you talk to the person can feel directly your energy, can see your body language, can he can understand you better. So if you're selling something that is worthy, you should have no problem. You just need to learn a few things about sales, about people's psychology, but basically just promote yourself, bro. Just talk to people. Hey, I do this, I do that. I give classes. This. I've been doing this for this much, and for this long, and now I'm doing it. I'm a coach. Yeah. If you need help, let me know. I can help you. And then I started making videos online I started an Instagram account and a YouTube channel, and I started just posting real small clips of me hitting the back, showing combinations, showing techniques. Then I started filming some techniques with my students, and then I started getting creative. Film a little bit here, a little bit there, and that is how it developed. I started making some income, and then my coaching business developed slowly to teaching people about fitness, about mindset, about masculinity, about how to get courageous, about how to develop confidence. Because I find out that people had didn't have enough confidence to execute the techniques to be brave on the ring. So I started teaching them about that. Started teaching people about how to get stronger, how to get disciplined, so they can get reach their goals, so they can drop the fat and get and build muscle. Then I started talk to men about how to be how to be attractive when it comes to speaking to a female. Then I started helping people with all sorts of I would say things that I overcame, things that I had to learn on my own, that I had to learn for myself. I started teaching people about that. And that's how, this is what a coach is. A coach is somebody that has overcame something and can teach you how to do the same thing, how to overcome the same thing because he did it. He didn't read about it in a book. He didn't just read about it. He wrote about it. Maybe he studied something, but he applied that knowledge in his own experience and got some results. This is a coach, not somebody that comes out from a library just full of information and start spitting facts on you. No, bro. You got the result. You got the experience. So for me, it was no brainer. I had the experience in fighting, and actually, you know what? I went and asked my coach. My coach in Marbella. He's one of the best fighters back in the day. Was one of the best for me, at least. One of the best, one of the most creative fighters in Spain. His name was Rafi Zuhair. And I was training with him, and I actually asked him, because we all have that imposter syndrome. We think we're not good enough. This is the fear that everybody has. We think we're not, even though you're terribly qualified, but you think you're not good enough. And I went and asked him, tell him, hey, bro, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? He told me, you know what? You're one of the most complete fighters I ever had. Like, go for it, bro. He told me just you have to get real heavy because holding pads for people is going to destroy your body. And this is what happened, really, actually, after that. But I don't want to talk about this part. Anyways, my coaching business developed from helping people with the fighting, boxing, Muay Thai, kickboxing, to the internal part of the people, the mindset, the confidence, the energy, the fitness, the losing weight, the gaining muscle, the relationships, and I help today people. Today I help people do what I did, which is build your business, make from 5K to 10K with your skill, with your passion as a coach. It could be a fighting coach, it could be a boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai coach, it could be jiu-jitsu coach, judo coach, karate coach maybe, it can be a massage therapist, you can be I don't know, whatever it is, bro, whatever you do. I don't know, bar guy, bartender, whatever it is, whatever, any skill you have, any passion you have, something that you really enjoy doing, you can monetize it online. You can monetize it online and offline. You can find clients in your own city. You can be the best in your own city if you know how to present yourself as the best and give a great job and do this properly. You can easily make 10K, bro. Not easily if you do it properly, but it's super possible. So that's what I did for myself, and that's what I wish everybody to do for himself if you have a passion. So this was just part of my story and part of my transition process from being trapped in a job that I hated to actually taking the step and building my own thing. Okay, guys, stay tuned. If you like the video, smash that like button. Comment if you learned something. Follow me on IG. I share wisdom every day on my stories. Share this video with somebody that might be interested or might benefit from it. You have my WhatsApp link if you're interested in my coaching. If you want to develop an unshakable and unbreakable mental software, a character that will allow you to crush it in whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to build your business based on your passion or expertise, DM me. Let's talk and I'll see if I can help you. Until the next one, enjoy your day, guys. Peace.